evening, everyone. I am the Aquarian Chancellor here with a guest today. But before I get into the guest, let me get into the products and the services. As you guys know, I am the creator, author, and creator of the Career Strategies for Success Guidebook and the Career Strategies for the Infinite Dreamer. Together, they are the foundation of the Infinite Dreamers program, a career curriculum designed for youth ages 16 to 25. And we're talking about everything workforce related. We're talking about your W-2s. We talking about taxes. We're talking about personal development, SWOT analysis, strengths and weaknesses. All of that is encompassed inside of the Infinite Dreamers program. If you're interested in any of my personal development tools, my daily dose of inspirations deck, my matters of the heart deck, and my career affirmations deck, and of course the accountability planner, the Girl Get Up accountability planner. Oh, and this say Girl Get Up. Welcome to the Girl Get Up podcast. I don't know how I forgot that, but anyway, all of those things are available over at my website, www.yourinfinitedirection.com. So go over there, check out the website. I also do resume writing services, but that's not a part of the program. That's something separate. But go over to the website. Enough about me. I am here with Miss Keisaya Polite. And this your guest now. What has it been? Has it been on? Okay, so 2021 was kind of like an off-put year. Just say like 2022, May, maybe like March or May of 2022, I met Keisaya at my very first pop-up event. Now I saw her over there, and I'm cute. But it was her products that really brought me over there because I'm a really big, I like skincare, I like body butter, all of that type of stuff. I like the smell good stuff. Anybody that know me, you probably smell me a mile away. But I love all of that stuff. So let me go over there and check out her what she had available. I get, I got, what I get from you. Do you remember?
I believe you got the turmeric bar.
Okay, I did. I got the turmeric bar, and you know what? I need to get some more. There's some other stuff that I was wanting to get from you. The charcoal you have. Well, we talk about all of that. We talk about everything you got. What inspired it? So I open up the floor to you. Tell us about Keisaya Polite. Tell us about your history. Tell us about your story. How did you get into beauty care?
Okay, so my name is Keepsaya Polite. I am a 21-year-old from Washington, D.C. I'm currently going to school in Miami Gardens. I live in Miami. I'm a junior in school, and my major is business administration. So I suffered with eczema for as long as I could remember, since I was a baby. My mom, she tried everything to try to help heal my eczema. And if you guys don't know, there's no cure for eczema. So the only thing that you can do is find out a way to prevent your breakouts. So I couldn't find a way, and I was getting really frustrated. And in 2021, it came onto my face, and that brought insecurities amongst myself. So I started doing a lot of research to try to help myself. And so my first bar that I ever made was the oatmeal soap, and that soap is really good for eczema. Oats are really good for eczema. So I made that soap, and I started seeing results. I want to say about 6 months in. It took a while, so I got frustrated, but I trusted the process, and I started seeing results. And then I started making a moisturizer, because with eczema, your skin gets dry as well. So as I controlled the breakouts, I was like, okay, now I got to stay moisturized. So my second product that I made was the carrot oil to keep myself moisturized. And once my mom seen my results, she's the one who pushed me to start really looking into it and making other products for other skincare problems, such as acne, hyperpigmentation, oily skin, dark spots. So it took a lot of research and a lot of time, but I've tried every product on myself. I've seen how it reacted to my skin, and that's how I know how to categorize what's good for what.
Okay, so first of all, if you see this young lady, you would never have known that she has or had eczema. I'll talk about that for a second. The eczema My mother had eczema really, really, really bad, and she still does. And she's never been able to find a product that can help her. I recently did another interview with the esthetician, and she also said that oats and keeping the skin hydrated. Let's talk about your you said it was getting onto your face.
Yes, it came
Okay.
into my
And
face.
it was causing you insecurities. Let's talk about how you were feeling, about how you were showing up to other people. How did that make you feel? Can you talk a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so I actually took a break off of my social media because I felt like I didn't recognize myself because the eczema was on my face so bad to the point where my skin looked really, really dry. Like I felt like a reptile. And I would scratch it because it was hard to control when it did hurt. So I would scratch my skin and that would cause cuts inside of my pores. So that frustrated me. And when I would get in the shower, because I have cuts on my skin, I still have to bathe so that it really hurts. So it's pain. Like if you have eczema, you know that it can get very painful and very frustrating because you feel like you don't know what to do or how to resolve it. So I felt really insecure. I felt like I didn't know who I was. I didn't feel pretty. So now I have no makeup on, by the way. It's no makeup. I got my carrot oil on, but I tried to use makeup to cover it. And of course, with the makeup, it broke out my skin even more. So I felt like I didn't have no solution. So that's what really pushed me. That was my drive to figure out something for myself. So yeah.
So then that's it. My first question to you is, do you consider eczema like a lifelong sentence, or do you, because of the progress that you've made, do you consider it something that can be beaten or overcome?
I believe that it's something that can be controlled. I do believe that it's lifelong because no doctor found a cure for it. So my skin looks nice now, and some days I do have breakouts, but with my products, it helps control my breakouts. So it doesn't even look like I have eczema anymore. You just have to find the perfect product to help control your breakouts. And you also have to stay hydrated. You know, drinking water is essential for everybody, but when you have dry skin, you know, they say you are what you eat. So you have to make sure that your insides are moist and hydrated as well. So people with eczema, we have to drink 10 times more water. Like as soon as I wake up, I drink water. When I go to work, I have a water bottle. So I may use the bathroom a lot throughout the day, but I try to make sure that I'm hydrated as many ways as possible.
Yeah, because like I said, it's nothing that she uses, right? Can't helps her. Like it may like moisturize the skin temporarily, but then you can tell when she starts scratching again and stuff like that, it dries up very quickly. Can
Yes.
you talk about your process of going about finding the right cure for you? Well, the not the cure, but the solution for you. What was
Yes.
that like?
I did a lot of research, and so my mom works at Whole Foods. So I was like, I need the most organic things out here as possible, especially in the United States. I feel like in other countries, they have an easier way to get more organic things. So I was like, let's go to Whole Foods. I want to try to get handmade organic stuff to work with my products. And so I started with the oats, and that helped me a lot. I had oats, oat milk, and honey because honey is rich in antioxidants, so it helps give your skin a natural glow as well. So I mixed all of those up, and I'm moist. So with my
So,
skincare, I do a routine in the morning and at the night.
okay, hold
So
on.
I
So
was consistent on it.
I want to get some context when you say you mix it all up. So let's talk about this process. Are you saying, not to give away don't give away your secret sauce, but
Yes.
so do you like mix all of this stuff in a bowl? I mean, what was your process? Like when you say you did research, did you go online and pull out ingredients, or did you just say, oh, you know what? I know that oat is good for this. I know shea butter may be good for that. Let me just throw it all in a bowl and then see what happens. Let's talk
That's
about your
exactly that's exactly what I did. And then I also brought a soap making supplies book off of Amazon. So I know the certain amount of things that I need to put inside my product so that it won't be too much mixing together and it breaks somebody out. So I really put everything together because my mom used to give me oatmeal baths and it would help temporarily, but I noticed that oats help. But I'm like, maybe it has to be a certain way that they're being made inside of something to actually see the results. So I started mixing things up. Literally, I was freestyling at first. I really freestyled. And then once I seen that it worked, I had to pay attention and actually take notes of the amount of stuff that I'm using inside of my ingredients.
So for those who might be going through the same thing as far as their eczema is concerned, or any other skin conditions, use your products. Let's talk about the actual products. Get the names and let's talk about each of your products and what's good for what.
Okay, so aloe is also really good for moisturization as well. So I use that soap bar when I have enough. So that bar sells a lot, so I don't really use it on myself that much. But the aloe is really good for moisturization as well. So I have a honey sakura oatmeal soap. That's the soap for eczema, dry skin, flaky skin, sensitive skin as well, because my skin is sensitive too. I also have a charcoal soap that is really good for oily skin. So that's really good for oily skin and acne. I also have a goat's milk soap. Goat's milk is rich in fatty acids that help prevent acne, and it also helps get rid of dark spots. So then I have the turmeric soap. Turmeric is really famous, really famous for erasing dark spots and like evening out the skin tone. So the turmeric soap is really good for evening out the skin tone because so with eczema, I found the way to like get rid of the breakouts when they come. But that's when I had to figure out. So when you do have eczema, how do I explain this? When you do have eczema in certain areas, your skin is darker. So your skin tone is two-tone. So I was like, okay, now that I controlled the breakouts, now I have to figure out how can I have my skin even. So I looked into research. I know that turmeric is really famous for evening out the skin tone. It helps brighten the skin naturally. So the turmeric soap, the turmeric scrub, and the sea moss and turmeric face mask, all of my turmeric products are to help even out the skin tone and give your skin a natural glow. But turmeric it can stain, so you have to be really careful with those. That is exactly why I just added some exfoliating gloves onto my website. I don't make those, but I am selling those to help when people are doing my skincare because with turmeric it can stain, but it's really worth it. I love the turmeric bar. It's actually one of the top favorites. And then I think I'm missing one. I'm making products. I have the shea butter soap. The shea butter soap. So that's also good in moisturization. So I have 3 soaps that's good for moisturization: the aloe, the oatmeal, and the shea butter. The goat's milk and the midnight is good for oily. The midnight is good for oily skin and acne. The goat's milk soap is good for acne as well. And then I have the turmeric soap, which is good for dark spots, light heads, blackheads, evening out the skin tone. I also have the carrot oil. The carrot oil is a great moisturizer. It has no fragrances. And it also helps with my hair. So I got a ponytail now, but if you see my natural hair, it flourishes like I have a really nice bush. So with the carrot oil, I don't use it only on my face. I also use it in my hair to help my hair grow. So when I get my little wig done and stuff, I always make sure that I put my carrot oil in my cornrows to keep my hair growing. So and then I also have a ginger oil. But with the ginger oil, it has lavender in it and bergamot. So it has a fragrance inside of it. So if your skin is sensitive, I wouldn't recommend that, but it has a really nice smell. And ginger also helps keep your skin moist. And then I have the vegan body butter. So with my eczema, I said, okay, I have a soap, I have an oil. I also need to exfoliate and get rid of the dead skin cells on my face. So the exfoliators that I have already mentioned was the turmeric scrub, and then I also have the coffee scrub. So with the coffee scrub helps get rid of dead skin cells, which is actually good for you because we always have dead skin cells And when you wipe your face, they'll go away. But with an exfoliator, they go away faster. So it helps the new skin grow on, but it helps the skin grow healthier. So I have the coffee scrub for that. And then the turmeric scrub, as I mentioned, is for evening out the skin tone. I think that's all that I have right now. Turmeric scrub, oatmeal soap, shea butter soap, aloe soap, turmeric soap, coffee scrub, carrot oil, ginger oil, body butter, vanilla coconut body scrub. I have that as well. So I'm trying to build up my body collection because now I know that I have the face. It's nice, it's good to go. All of my soap bases cover the main importance that people tell me about their skin problems. So with the body, I have the body butter, and then I have the coconut body scrub. So with the body scrub, it's also an exfoliator, so it helps get rid of dead skin cells that's on the body. But with the vanilla fragrance, it helps you smell so good, but it leaves your skin so smooth. So when you exfoliate, your skin feels like a baby bottom because you're getting rid of so much dirt that's on your face. So with the scrub, it helps with my body. It just helps my body feel smooth and nice. But I've had eczema on my face, my neck, my arms, my legs. I had it all over. On my business page, I have a picture of my arm when I had my eczema, and it was really, 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 really dark. And I was about 9 years old. So yeah, I've had it for a while.
When I first met you, I was really impressed about your knowledge of your craft. And I thought that that was really significant for someone your age because you are already like business minded. So when you said that you were in school and your major is business administration, could you tell the audience what you have learned in school? Well, first of all, what made you decide that you wanted to go to college? Because you already have an established business. What made and it's doing very, very well, and it works. So what made you decide to say, you know what, I know I got a product, I know I got a great service, but let me go and further my education? That's part one. And part two, what have you learned that you can now apply to the business that you would not have been able to had you not gone to college?
Okay, so the funny thing is about school is I went to school before I started my business. So I was already in school. And so I want to say that my school taught me a few things, the basics, but like the handbook stuff, supply chain management, business law, LLC, S Corp, C Corp, how you want to run your business, human resource management. They taught me about that stuff, but when I started my business, I was already in school. So I took my own knowledge, but what pushed me to go to school was that if you grow up in DC, you see that it's not the best place to be. They have options there, but not that many for people that look like me. So I wanted to go somewhere. I just knew when I graduated school, I was like, okay, I want to start my own business, but I don't know what. I was clueless when I started school. I didn't know what I was going to do, how I was going to do it, how I was even going to afford school. I had a few scholarships, but I knew that the scholarships would cover about 2 years of me being in school. But I applied to many different schools. And then once I seen that I got accepted to a school in Miami, I was like, oh yeah, we going there. So cause I was like, okay, I want to start a business, but I didn't know what business I wanted to start. But I feel like Miami is a really good place to network. So I started going to school. And then my sophomore year is when I just put my pieces together. Like I said, my face broke out. So I did a lot of research on my own, but I also spoke to my professor, Dr. Payne. She actually helps me she teaches me how to calculate to make sure that I'm making profit. So that's what I think school about, the mathematics part about the shipping, distribution, where I'm getting my supplies from, how to get it in the cheapest way possible, basically not to spend as much money, make sure that I'm not putting more money in than I'm receiving. So with school, they taught me that standpoint. But as far as making my products and creating my business, it was simply for me. And I feel like school couldn't teach me that, you know? So with my degree now that I know that I am like following the business lead, I want to get my degree, and then I want to go back to school. I want to go to beauty school because I want to become a licensed esthetician. So right now I'm working at a spa. I'm hoping that the spa can teach me how to be more of a woman and look into the business field and aspect of life. So yeah.
That's exciting. So, well, thank you for clearing it up because I thought you were I thought you were in doing a business first. So thank you for clearing that up.
Yeah.
I want to talk about now. Let's talk about because now that you started after you started school after you well, I'm sorry, you started the business after you were already in school.
Yes.
So my next question to you is, do do you see the progress that you've made as far as where just starting has taken you? Now you're at that place where, okay, now I want to work in an actual business that is geared towards beauty.
Yes. Because when I first started school, I was working at restaurants. It's
Mhm.
restaurants after restaurants after restaurants. And I'm like, I'm not really learning nothing from here. Yeah, the money is nice. And I feel like as students, especially a college student, you're gonna always be broke until you get that degree. So you're really thirsty for a job. So you accept whatever. So
Mhm.
my last recent job before the spa job, I started thinking to myself, because I know that I finish school soon, I'm like, you need to start getting in a field where you can actually learn and potentially grow. So I was like, I need to get in a field where I know that it relates to what I want to do and who I actually am. Because when you're working, it takes up time. When you're working somewhere that you enjoy and you can learn, you're actually learning, and then you can take it into your own personal business, what you have going on. So I just applied to a spa, and it's so funny because I've been applying to spas for, I want to say, about a year now here in Miami, and none reached back to me, like none. So when I got this job, I was really, 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 really excited. And I get to dress up like a little businesswoman because I just got off work and I was like, I'm just going to keep this on and tell her about my job and stuff. So it's really nice. I feel like my whole persona is changing. Like I'm stepping into like a bigger businesswoman, and I actually feel like a businesswoman. I didn't feel like a businesswoman really when I was working at those restaurants. So it was levels and it took time. And I feel like God gave this to me when he knew that I was ready for it. Because like I said, I was applying for these jobs and I wasn't getting it. So now that I got it, I was like, okay, it's time, and it's time to show them who you are. So yeah.
'Cause I was gonna ask you, I was like, do you see now like you were kind of being led to your purpose, like little
Yes.
step by step by step?
When I was ready for it. That's what it is too. When I
Mm.
was ready, because sometimes what I feel like is when you are in school and when you first start college, you're a little bit distracted. So I had a lot of things, a lot of tasks, a lot of tabs going on in my mind at once, to the point where I feel like if I did get that job back then, I wouldn't have known how to handle it. So now that I'm more mature and I'm more focused and dedicated, because when I first started my business, I didn't see like where it is now. I didn't see that at all. I didn't see it. I really didn't see it at all. So now that it's here and it's happening, I don't even see my business. I don't even label my business as a small business no more, because your business is going to be what you make it. So it's big, everything big over here. So yeah, that's how it was. It came at the right time, this job, and
Mm.
everything is flowing and falling into place. Also, because now that I am here, I feel like people don't talk about being an out of state student as much as it should, because I don't have no family out here. It's just me. And so I was leading myself. And so now I feel like I'm leading myself in the right direction. At first, I felt lost, and I want to stay out here. I don't want to go back home. If I have to, it's okay, because home supports me the most. And I love home for that. Like, home supports me the most. I'm always shipping to DC, Maryland, and Virginia, like almost every day. But I want to stay here. So with this job is helping me see my future in a different state. So yeah.
That's so exciting. And look, now I got a place to go on vacation when I
Yes, you need to
got a
come
beauty place to go
along.
slide on down there a little bit more often.
Yes. I
I
can't
love
believe it's been a
Miami.
year since I seen you.
I know it's been a while. No, because last time we saw each other, it's at a pop-up. It was at my very first pop-up, but you've been doing it for a while. You've been doing it for a while. How is it when you actually get to see, when you at the pop-ups and you actually get to see like people talking about your products and enjoying your products and give you the positive feedback? And then too, you also have men who also enjoy your products.
Yes.
How do you feel? And I know you already kind of touched on it, but how does that make you feel to see so many people enjoying and actually getting solutions for their skin issues?
It's a really good feeling when I go to pop-up shops because I still attend them. So my last one was in October. I flew back home for a pop-up shop. Actually, my cousin, he hosts a few. So it's nice, but I'm really a nervous person. So whenever somebody comes up to my table, now I'm getting comfortable. But when people used to come up to my table at the first few pop-up shops, I'm like, huh, how do I like, because I know myself what I did, but how can I explain it to somebody to get them to actually understand? So it was really nerve-wracking, but I had to get past that point. And I also took a public speaking class in college. So that helped me a lot too, because I'm like, girl, you got to get ready for the real world. Them products ain't gonna sell by themselves. You have to start talking to people. So with pop-up shops, it helps me build connections like me and you. Because a year later, I'm on your podcast. So it really means a lot to me. You never know who you're going to meet. You never know how y'all going to connect. So it was really nice. But with helping people, it's my goal. So if you know me and if you bought from me before, like because I have so many different soap options, I try my best to look at people's skin and tell them what I would recommend, right? But sometimes I may be wrong. So I may give them a soap that may not work for them at all. But when I do that, I send them another soap. And a lot of times it's no charge because yeah, the money is going to come regardless. It's there, it's flowing. That's nice, right? But the results is what matter. And is what also matters to me is helping people feel comfortable in their skin because I know how it feels to not feel comfortable in your skin. So I like to make people like feel very confident and shine and flourish through skincare products. I don't want you to feel like you have to hide who you are. I don't want you to feel like you're ugly, you know? So with my products, my end goal is to really just actually genuinely help you, like whoever buy from me. So with men, most of my products look a little feminine, a little bit with certain soap dyes. But I was like, no. We have to find something for the men too, for the men, for the women, for the babies. White, black, I don't care how you look. I want my products to work for you. So that goes back to research. I was just searching up a lot of stuff. So like with the charcoal soap bar, I actually made that for a man. And he told me how he liked it and he still shops to this day. So I know that that's a good soap to recommend for men, but it's nice to see it because I feel like a lot of men don't really pay attention to skincare and they need to know that it's gender neutral. It don't matter how you look, you can get into skincare and taking care of yourself. Like I'm really big on health and self-awareness. So yeah, I was like, I need to make products for everybody. I want to get the audience to be on everybody. I don't want people to think that my stuff is solely for women or solely for eczema. I am an eczema advocate all the way. I love when people tell me about their eczema because I know for a fact that I can help you, but I want to help everybody. So it's not just for women, it's not just for men, it's not just for eczema, it's not just for acne. And I plan on making more products. Like I want my line to increase so that I can find other solutions for everyone.
That's awesome. I love it. Okay, so let's talk about the future of polite solutions. I know you just kind of really touched on it. You want to expand. Do you want to change packaging? Is anything
Yes.
that you anticipate learning from being an esthetician? That and I actually link you with someone. I want to link you with somebody. She's in the Midwest. But I think that would be a great connection. And it's establishing a supporting network. Good too. I like that. But let's talk about how do you think, without giving away your secret sauce and too many of your ideas, but how do you think you can expand Polite Solutions even more?
So for one, pop-up shops are really important. I've also done a few here in Miami. So what I want to do is go on like a business tour when I have time, when I'm finished with school and stuff. Just because what's easy about pop-up shops is you can search them up online and they'll tell you when people have certain pop-up shops. And that's how I sign up for it. I pay my vendor fee and I get there. So what I want to do, my end goal is to have Polite Solutions not only in the United States, but I want it to be internationally. So I want everybody all over to know or to at least try my products. So I feel like the key thing to getting your business out there is to network. So what I want to do for sure is not fixed packaging, but I want to have actual labels on my stuff. Like right now I have stickers. So I want to like invest more into my business. I want to have labels and I want it to be more professional. So I'm working on my professionalism right now. That's the stage that I am at with my business. With the followers, I have it. I just want to make more products because I know people love new stuff. But my thing is when I make my products, I want them to actually work. I don't want to just make stuff and say, here you go. So I want to expand my line, but I have to do more research. And the thing is, sometimes it can get hard managing school, business, work. So I have to find the time to do everything, but I know that everything will fall into place on God's time. So I plan to expand my business. I plan to travel around the United States, go to pop-up shops, like get myself out there more because like I said, it's only me. It's just me. So I'm just taking baby steps right now. I don't want to force anything or make anything worse. So I'm just taking baby steps. I'm learning with USPS, with shipping, trying to get that right. I'm working on packaging better so that some products don't come to people broken because some people have had those problems. And I'm not scared to, share my journey. So I want to work on professionalism and perfection. I need everything to be perfect. Everything.
As perfect as possible. Don't put too much stress on yourself now because nothing is perfect.
Right.
Nothing is perfect. So allow yourself, like you said, your main thing is allowing yourself to grow in that area. Because it is so much, you only 21, there's so much to learn about yourself first. So allowing that space for you to experience life and not be so business focused so young. You know what I'm saying? Like it's still so much to enjoy just about being 21 and a student. Don't remove yourself from the social scene as well. Just the business. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But still do your thing because you're doing your thing. You know what I'm
Thank
saying?
you.
A
I'll
healthy
be
balance.
trying. I'll be trying.
You know you are. Because I
Yeah,
always
because
every
I'll
time
I'll go to work or I'll be at school. I'm on break right now. But
Mhm.
I'll go to work, I'll go to school, and then right after that, I gotta go ship. Or before I go to work, I gotta wake up at 8 in the morning and go to the post office and drop that off and then go to work. So my schedule is like really, really busy, but I'm definitely dedicated. It's
Yeah,
school, business, then work.
yeah. But still have a little bit of playing, just a little bit. You
The
ain't got to
fun,
go
the
overboard.
fun is here. I'm in
Like,
Miami.
girl, hold on, wait a minute. What you doing now?
The fun is around. I'm in Miami. I just gotta make sure that I don't get distracted. That's all.
Yes, yes, yeah, just look, cause you still young and you don't wanna rob yourself of those young years. Cause when they gone, they go. You be like me, when you older, it has to be work. It has to be because you got kids and you know what
Right.
I'm saying? So, and still enjoy your youth. But you said something so key that I wanted to talk about that I forgot to ask you about the self-confidence and having to stand up and talk about your services and your products in front of people that you don't even know. What do you have to tell yourself? Do you got to step into like Beyonce steps into Sasha Fierce? to like really stand in your power and talk about your stuff because you know it works. So
Yes.
talk about that experience.
Sometimes when I get nervous, I just feel like you have to build confidence within yourself. So all I have to do is pull out my camera right quick, look at my camera, and I'm like, no Philly, okay, period. Because when I had the eczema on my face, I was always trying to cover it up with makeup, cover it up with filters. So it's like all I have to do is keep looking at myself, and I'm like, you did it, you're here. Like, because I suffered from this for years. So it was hard being in school around people and I'm scratching and or a girl got something to say or somebody got something negative to say about my appearance. So now when I'm talking to people, I'm like, my eczema on my face, it ain't gonna distract you when I'm talking. You actually can listen to what I gotta say. You're not distracted by these patches that's on my face. So I just had to build confidence up within myself. And when I talk to people, I'm like, girl, you better act like you own it. It's your business because can't nobody speak for you. It's not like somebody else started it and I'm speaking for them or it's their story. I just remind myself, this is your story. Like, this is your story. This is your life. This is your journey. Share it. Be okay with sharing it. But it's so funny that you asked that because I have result pictures on my page. And when I first started, I didn't want to post them. Like, even though my skin is nice now, I was still in denial about sharing my journey. I'm like, I don't even know if I want people to see this because it wasn't always on my face. I might have my little breakouts here and there, but in 2021, I don't know what happened. I was actually stressing as well. So stress plays a huge role in skincare too. You have to make sure that you take care of yourself mentally, like you want to be mentally stable. So when it came onto my face, I was like, I don't really know if I want to show people this, like, but it was my mom who pushed me and was in my ear, like, girl, show them, like, look at you now. And I'm like, you're right, like, it's gone, it's okay. But I was actually really scared and tempted to actually post my results, my own results, which is funny. So that's why I always ask people before I post their results, can I post it? I want to make sure that you're comfortable with sharing to other people your results. So, yeah.
That's so important because you are your walking billboard.
Yeah.
You are. Let's talk about your mom real quick because I know young girl, I don't even grown women can really get through those pivotal moments in their life without having a level of mentorship, whether it be from your mom or older woman in your life, a sister or older sister. How important was she throughout this journey for you?
Oh, she was very important. If it wasn't for her, I don't think I would have expanded my brand. I don't think I would have told people about it because she just kept saying, girl, this is your Oprah story. You got this. You need to tell people. Da, 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 da. And then she's on Facebook. So actually, when it started, she was posting about it. And then people were messaging her like, oh, what she use? How does she do this and that? And she was telling people, well, my daughter, she makes this, she makes that. She had eczema. And I feel like being her child and being the child with eczema, she's seen how bad it was. She watched me grow up and with the eczema. So for me to actually find a solution for myself, I think she was really amazed. So she helped me a lot with finding confidence within myself as well and with sharing my story. So she always tell me like, yeah, it's nice to like post people and get people to use your stuff and take videos, but you have to remember that you have to show your results because it's within you. Because it's other people that start, skincare lines and they're into skincare, but it could be a hobby, and it's a difference between a hobby and a business and a testimony. So I have a testimony. So she was like, you have to tell people why you started. You didn't just start for some money. You started to help yourself. And then I expanded and wanted to help others. So she was just in my ear, telling me a lot, keeping me confident, helping me with like, so when I first started making my products, I was in her house. So I was making a mess because I didn't get it right the first time. So I just appreciate her for believing in me and not like, what are you doing? You ain't got this, move out the way. Like she gave me time to figure stuff out. And that's what I really appreciate her for. It's really important to have somebody to be in your ear, especially when you feel like you can't do something or if you feel like you don't want to share your story. She pushed me. She made sure that I shared that story. She made sure I made my Instagram. She made sure I did my research. She kept asking about it. I have a little sister who's 8 now. When I started, I think she was 6. She was helping me as well. So when I was home, I had my sisters helping me ship. I had them helping me make stuff. So I had a really big support system, and I still do. So it's really nice. It makes me want to just get to that level and just pay my mom back and thank her for everything, because she tried, that's what I feel like with her too. She know that she tried her best to help her baby with her eczema, but it wasn't really nothing that she can do, and she wasn't the one going through it. So I'm living through it day by day. That's what pushed me to do more research, and I'm kind of happy that she didn't find a solution and that I did, because I feel like that's why I was placed on earth. That's really why I feel this is my purpose on earth, to really help with people's skin. And I know it. That's why I had to be the one with the eczema. That's why I had to go through my breakout. That's why I had to be insecure. So everything have a purpose. Everything have a purpose. And I know my purpose on earth now. So it's really nice to know it.
I like that because it's really your journey is really step by step. It walked you right into your purpose, literally. So, any any last words? Like, what do you want to share to those who might be going through like a self-confidence or a self-image thing because of eczema or because of skin condition? What are your words of wisdom to them?
You don't need that many skincare routines. First of all, you don't want to confuse your face. Okay. And also, things take time. So like even with my results, it took me about 6 months to actually see results. So you don't want to give up on yourself. You don't want to give up on yourself. You want to keep trying. And you also just want to stay positive. I know it's hard. It's easier said than done, but it's a way to stay positive and believing in yourself, investing into yourself. So the same way you invest into some shoes or a purse or your hair or your lashes, you want to invest into skincare. You want to invest into yourself, things that actually matter. So health, like even if you got to do a spa day every now and then, or even if you don't have the finances, my soap is not expensive at all. So you just have to find the right things that work for you. I hope it's Polite Solutions. But you just have to find the right things that work for you, and you have to take care of yourself mentally, physically, financially. You have to put yourself first. That's key. You have to make sure that you put yourself first, and then everything after that. Yourself first, and then everything else is second. Everything else is last. You have to make sure that you're always first.
I love that. Thank you so much.
Okay.
What are you, as a student though, coming from a student perspective, whose biggest aspirations is to build an international brand? What are your words of wisdom for those who might also be looking to establish a business and build a brand? What are your words of wisdom?
I think something that's really important to have is a passion for whatever you want to do and a business plan. So everything is not going to work or happen overnight. You're going to fail. I fail till this day. And you just can't compare yourself to other people or what you see on the internet. Sometimes you have to take a break off the internet. Like on my business page, I only follow businesses. I cannot see other people's lives, because I feel like with this generation, what we do a lot, we tend to compare ourselves to other people, and you feel like you're not at a certain place when you're really right on time. So like God's timing is always the perfect timing. You just have to trust yourself, have a passion, make sure that you write a business plan. Like make sure that you have a business plan thorough. I still have a business plan that I'm working on day by day. But to start with one, to see your vision, have a vision board, make sure that you see what you like, ask yourself, what do you want to be in 5 years? Yes, it's important to enjoy your youth, have fun, but you also want to make sure that you're on the path of exactly what you want to do. Not settling for anything. Do what you want to do. Do what you want to do. Stay on your own path. Focus on you. Don't worry about that person, this person, what they got going on. Just focus on you. And I feel like a lot of times the right business plan, if you want to start a business, it comes to mind. Like one day, like just like mine. It just came to mind one day. I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna keep doing this with this skin. So it just comes to mind. Everything will just come to mind. It'll fall into place. You just got to take action. You can't be lazy. You can't procrastinate. Try your best to stay organized and don't stress yourself. That's the biggest thing. Don't stress yourself. It's easier said than done, but you really have to kumbaya a lot of things. You have to just realize like life is beautiful. You're breathing. You woke up. Like it's okay. You can smile. It's free. Like it's you just have to let the good outweigh the bad because it's not going to be all perfect days. Everything is not going to be the best. But your testimony and what you go through makes you stronger and it pushes you to become a better person. So you just got to have faith and really trust yourself, trust the process, and repost. I repost my stuff on my personal page, like all of my business stuff every day. I don't care. You either can unfollow me or you're going to support. You know, you have to support yourself. You have to be your number one fan, your number one supporter. It doesn't matter who don't support you. It don't matter if you feel like you begging for like customers or anything. You just got to keep going and staying in your lane and then just trusting the process.
And that's the real stuff because that's stuff that you have to, as a business owner, you really have to tell yourself every day is like, don't worry about what everybody else is doing. Like, what am I? Oh, I always tell myself this because I got a lot going on too, you know, with kids and work and you know what I'm saying. And as long as I'm not giving up on myself, and as long as I'm doing at least at the very least one thing that's going to move me forward, whether that's working on my business plan, whether that's putting together a proposal, whether that's sending an email to someone I want to collaborate with, whatever it looks like, as long as it's something that's going to get me one step closer to what my goal is, whether it's my business goal, whether it's my personal goals, but just having something to work towards. So. I thank you, Keisha, for joining me today to talk about polite solutions. And if you do you have anything going on? You have any pop-ups or anything coming, a new product or a service that's coming out that you want to talk to the audience about? The floor is yours.
Yes, so you know, it's 2024 coming up. So what I'm trying to do is focus more on a men's collection right now. I know the next product that I have coming is a beard oil. I also want to make an eye cream and an additional soap, but I'm trying to figure out exactly what I want the soap to focus on. And then I'm doing a pop-up shop in Miami soon. You know, I'm gonna post it. So I'll be doing a pop-up shop in Miami soon. But I'm just going with the flow. Soon, I hope in 2024 I'll have my labels made. But I want to keep making new products, but products that actually work. That's the thing. I got to keep making products that work. So it'll all take time, but it'll all fall into place. So just stay tuned.
I like that you said products that work because what that is telling me is that is you're nurturing what you have. And as a business owner, and I was telling myself this too, and this is just a confirmation for me to keep nurturing and growing with what you have. Um, doing your labels or repackaging. How can I make what I have better for my customers so that they can have a better experience? So I like that. Thank you for sharing that as well. What is your website? How can New Polite Solutions customers reach you?
Okay, so my website is www.politesolutions.myshopify.com. My Instagram is Polite Solutions, and then I also have a YouTube channel. It's called Polite Solutions as well. On my YouTube channel, I record when I'm going to pop-up shops. So it's really nice. I set up my tables, I get my video going. I do it with my girl Jasmine. So that's who supports and helped me a lot too. She's been there for me since day one. She's also helped with seeing my potential and helping running my Instagram and helping me set up with my pop-up shop. So shout out to her. I couldn't get off this phone without shouting her out because she's helped me a lot. She helped me a lot as well. She's like the person behind my YouTube. So she helps with my YouTube videos. So subscribe to my YouTube channel if you want to see how I set up my pop-up shops, how I talk in my pop-up shops, the products that I sell there. So I have a YouTube website and an Instagram so far. I'm planning on working a TikTok soon, making a TikTok, so stay tuned.
So yes, which reminds me, don't we'll talk after this. We'll talk after this. So I'm going to put all of those things in the description for the listeners so they'll be able to access it. But thank you. I want to thank you for joining me and talking about what it is that you do, who you are, and what you do, and the inspiration behind it.
Thank you for
Letting
me.
Absolutely. Look, when I met you, I told you that we were going to do this. I didn't know when, I didn't know how, I didn't know any of that, but here we are back at the beginning. And like I said, when I met you, I was so impressed because you were so young and so focused. And you don't really get to see that a lot. I don't know, when I was your age, I had a 3-year-old running behind me. No offense, that's my baby. You man, he was at the pop-up shop.
I know.
But so I had to kind of jump out there in the professional world really early. And so to really see young people who find their purpose early on in life, I love seeing that. And again, that's something that needs to be nurtured. And it's not talked about a lot. It's not talked about a lot. And so I think it's important for young folks like you to share your story and your journey. So
Thank
I thank you. I'm going to shut this down, but you hang on. And for the listeners of the Girl Get Up podcast, if you're interested in any of the Infinite Direction services, you can go to my website, www.yourinfinitedirection.com. Take care, everybody.
Bye. Thank you.